So it's been a hot minute. So you might be wondering where I've been, what I've been up to, what's been going on. So I'm finally starting to catch up on video content. That's the good news. The bad news is that progress has not gone as far as you might have expected for someone having a YouTube channel. And I told you guys from the get-go that this will be a very transparent channel, and I don't do this for a living. I work a full-time job, and obviously I'm pretty young, so a lot of things in my life are going to be projects, and one of the projects being our house and our garage. So most of my videos were actually when I still lived with my parents, was when I bought the car. I bought it during COVID, and my boyfriend and I, we ended up buying this place, which was great, but the garage was essentially just a glorified shed. It literally had a dirt floor, was just down to the studs. There was one electrical outlet over there. There was a phone line, surprisingly, so that's kind of a cool, weird thing. And there was a little garden nook, but that was it. So you probably can't see a whole lot in the framing right now, but there's a concrete floor beneath me. It's insulated, it's painted, it's pretty bright in here, and there's a heater going off, which you might be able to see behind the hood behind me, I'm not too sure. So a lot of progress on this car kind of stalled because of that, and because I want to prioritize having the infrastructure to be able to work on this car comfortably, so that I can prepare to do the next level of stuff that I have planned for it. I'm actually going to be starting up this car probably for the last time. You guys will see why in a few minutes, but I haven't started it in, I don't know, a couple weeks, and before that it was a couple of months. This battery is more than 10 years old. It's been a trooper. I'm not sure if it's going to crank over right now, but essentially I'm just going to hope to shimmy the car over a few feet, so catch it in a second. Okay, so I'm going to try to start it and just pull it, crank the wheel all the way locked left, and just pull it diagonally, because I don't want to kill myself in here with carbon monoxide poisoning, but I just need to get over to the passenger side. That's a new squeak. 15, just for good luck. And we'll crank the wheel all the way. Smoky, so that's all we're getting. Ooh. I am taking the hood off of this car because I'm actually selling the engine and transmission out of this thing. And that's pretty crazy because there's nothing wrong with this. And I got this car back up and running, and I didn't really have to do much to any of the engine mechanicals and what have you, so aside from it running rich and there being some expected blow by, like pretty much most tired 302s and small block Fords would be expected to do, I'm just like not really happy with this car like this. And I knew from the start when I bought this car that I didn't really want an automatic Mustang. Yeah, it has a 302, but it is like a mid-70s smog 302. Now, I never looked at the production codes or anything like that, so I don't know exactly what year it is, but it does have a plugged EGR system. It's literally a 2-barrel. It's got a cast iron intake manifold. Like, it's just not anything fancy. So I'm gonna lower this down. All the energy in my body. So I've been working on a 331 stroker build. So I decided, you know, the engine's going to be done soon, and the garage has been completed. So I figured it was time to start actually working on this thing. And my friend Ben, who is a Ford guy, and he actually sold us, yeah, see, look at that, that looks delicious. He actually sold us the square body that we had, but we befriended him because he had a hyboid. And the hyboid is really what we wanted. We'll go more into that later someday. But he loves Fords. He actually has a fastback too. And he's like 30 something, and like all of his cars are old. So I've never looked at this car in like years. I didn't realize it was painted. That's pretty janky. But whatever, it works. But yeah, he's like totally like our kind of person. So we hit it off as you would expect. And like I said, he's like a Ford guy. So he's been needing a small block Ford setup, and he can always use, I guess, a spare C4 transmission too. So I invited him over this weekend, and I said, yo, you know, I'm looking to get rid of the setup I have. I'm not sure if that's something you want, but you know, if you want to bring an engine hoist, I'll sell it to you for this amount. You help take it out with me and Lee, and you know, like, let's make a deal. And he was like, 100%, like, let's go for it. So he's gonna make it over this weekend. We're gonna document stripping the engine out of this thing, and the transmission, and the radiator, and the driveshaft, and stuff like that. So that'll be pretty exciting. And what I'm gonna do between tonight and tomorrow night, I'm gonna lift this thing up a little bit. I might move it more. I might lift it up on jacks and just like pull it, just so it's more like center in here, just so there's more room. But I'm going to prep draining the fluids out of this thing, just because he lives pretty far away in the state, which is why we don't hang out more. So I don't want to drag him over here, you know, for like a Saturday, and then have it not get done on a Saturday. Okay, so we're just gonna wipe down the car for now. I have a few buddies coming over today somehow for pool, so that should be exciting, but it's like 8 degrees out there this morning, and a few parts of the state got snow. So they're having a little bit of a delay this morning, so we're just going to go ahead and get started when we can, and hopefully by the time they get here, we're going to be ready for their help. We're ready to take the radiator out. We just need to take the upper hose off, 2 top bolts, which are 1/2 inch, and then just pull it out. Disconnect the transmission cooler lines, right?
Only in there, yes.
Alright. So you can loosen those up. Drive shaft you didn't touch, right?
No.
Alright. So, took off the hood, took off the factory export brace. Those were 9/16 head.
The what?
The export brace, the crossbar.
Yeah.
Those were 9/16. Pretty much everything else under the hood's been 1/2 inch so far.
Are you saying this because you're recording?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm trying to give people inventory of what size hardware they'll need, because I noticed that none of the engine removal videos really go into that. A lot of the videos are like time lapses, which are nice. But like if you've never done this before, like there's not even a forum for it that goes through hardware, which I get. Like these cars have been so modified and they've been like you don't know who did what in each engine bay. So like I might have 9/16s, but someone else might have something different. But I think as like a general plan, if someone wants to know this information, someone should share it. Carb nuts, those were 7/16 or 3/8, 7/16. Okay, so the hard line to the radiator is a 5/8. And then what you're removing,
Trans line?
yeah. And then what you're removing is just flat and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So just read it. WD or WD.
line's already broken.
Yeah, I
Alright.
had a feeling it
There it
was.
goes. We tried.
Whatever.
Radiator's works pretty good from the side. That's a pleasant surprise. Those can be a failure point on these cars too. Yeah. Because if you have a coolant leak and you never change your coolant because people don't believe coolant should ever be changed, it's going to get really acidic. And if you just have a constant slow leak, it's going to raw all of that out. So that's a really good sign. Also too, if you ever got into a bad enough collision and that's dented, it would rot out because people didn't really fix dented framework.
Cooling in this car looks good actually.
I put a lot of it in, that's why. But the water pump pulley, like, it's really smooth. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So that's probably not as old as it looks. Or if it is old, it's just
You
really,
can tell it was changed.
yeah. Because they didn't paint it, but they probably did that years ago. I don't think you have to remove that to pull the engine. I think that,
No, you could leave all this on.
yeah, some people pull it and I just have no idea why. Because that's just like a nightmare.
Where? Oh.
So now you're disconnecting the lower hose, lower radiator hose. This is where the parts in. It looks so you said. I'm not sure how these motor mounts work.
That bolt that goes through the middle of it.
Yeah.
That one.
I saw a video last night though, someone just like, I don't know, I guess they just didn't have like nuts on the ends of them. And he had a lot of like engine twist. And it was because the bolts were, that was it. That was the only thing in the motor mount assembly, it was just the bolts.
So it wasn't bolted in, it was just...
Yeah, it was essentially just like pinned. I think that's gonna be 5/8. I think they make you 5/8. Why? They just connect to the engine.
Oh. Here's the one. Oh, this is the feed?
Yeah. I'm gonna do like 3 extensions on this thing because that's the only way I can get the fuel line out of the way.
What are you trying to do?
I just need a long extension and I don't have one right now.
Look at all the tools I just bought you. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to use them someday. I bought them so you can use them. Do you care if I cut this wire? The negative wire to the distributor?
I just don't know if I will need to reuse anything like that. I mean, it's pretty janky anyways.
Are you sure you're doing a harness in this car?
Yeah.
Then you're not gonna. And even if you could put another end on it if you really wanted to reduce it.
I don't know, I just wanted it to be like as untouched as possible because I hate like buying stuff that's like someone else has messed with and like it's janky.
Well, I left the lead on there, so if he wants to release that. Start working on the exhaust.
Cutting it?
Yeah, it needs to come out.
Yeah, I guess so because I realized last night we don't have headphones for 5 people. So I guess if you could cut that now while we have enough headphones for us and do it before they get here, I think that would be good. That's fine. Hey, while you're down there, can you actually do me a favor? So I'm going to spin over the pivot bolt on the motor mount. Can you tell me if the head end spins? Because if so, I'm going to need to have you hold that side down.
Are you listening?
Yeah. Is it going anywhere?
It just started moving.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to need you
What size is it?
5/8.
Give me a 5/8 wrench.
Here. I'm probably going to need the pipe up here to torque it. Are you ready?
You're loosening, right?
Yeah. But to like break it free. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's going.
Yeah.
Can we go to the other one now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what sides.
Yeah.
Can I get it from the top side?
On this side, you might. Oh. No, I might need another extension. Let me know when you're ready. These are pleasantly nice to remove. Like, that wasn't a nightmare at all.
Most of them are set up like this.
What's the Titan?
Single spark. There's a lot of rust on my face.
Alright, did you cut?
Yeah, the exhaust is cut off. What do you want to do with the rest of it? Because I think I'm going to have to cut it behind the mufflers to get the center section out, and then the tailpipe to get out later.
I don't know, I was preferring to like keep it relatively intact so I can build it as like a baseline, like a reference point.
Well, if
I
I
don't
cut
wanna
it
do
just
it-
behind the mufflers, you can piece it together on the floor. Because it's those clamps that bend it all together, and like you're not getting that apart.
No, I know I'm not doing this part, but you're saying it's in the way of like the transmission crossmember and
Yeah, I can't. It's got an H pipe.
yeah.
This is the starter wire.
Yep.
So I don't know if those unhooked it from here. If you want to take it off when we get the engine out, it'll be easier.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tuck it in here. I put the nut back on here.
Yep. Do we have to disconnect the starter or can we leave all of that as something
You can leave
intact?
that on.
Yeah, because we're keeping
You're
the
pulling it,
transmission.
yeah.
Okay. What else do we need to do then at this point?
Exhaust, Driveshaft.
Alright, you want to start cutting again?
Yeah, so I'm gonna cut it behind the mufflers. The tailpipes, I think, are held on with hangers.
Yeah, there's
Because right now, the whole exhaust is bouncing like this. I think the tips are So I think it's hung after the mufflers.
It's got hangers by the rear end hoops. It's got hangers. They're not great hangers.
From what I can see under, there's no hangers until maybe after the mufflers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cut it right after the mufflers.
Okay. Do we need to move the moving blanket? Because I don't really want the main ones getting all kept up.
No, it's not like, there's not a lot of this shit on it.
Alright.
That's one side.
You're right, that's not as loud as I thought.
No, that's a good one. Where's the door jack?
Alright, let's move the GoPro down here.
Into the transmission, drop the back, and then slide it out.
Alright.
I'm
sorry, Lee. What is a half inch down here?
The U-bolts on the drive shaft. You want me to come down there?
I can't.
You know, you made it sound like a mom. So you want to come down there?
You want me to come down there?
Oh, I think I see. They're like in.
Yeah, those.
How do you get to them?
With the wrench. You should go on your back.
Do you have that light?
Hold on, I can't really turn.
You gotta go out, flip over, and come back. Also, do you have glasses on?
No.
Here, you put those on. Because there's shit falling down from everywhere.
Yeah, it's disgusting under here, even though I did so much metal work. Dennis, let me see it on this side, actually. Ooh, these things are super greasy. Oh my god, dude. No, Lee, these aren't going anywhere. I need a longer wrench.
Keys, not it.
Oh. Dennis, what am I gonna do? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Oh man, it's nice and warm.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, that's Piper.
Ben, this is our friend
Hi,
Dennis.
Piper.
Dennis, thank you.
Woo! Welcome. What are you saying?
Oh,
Okay,
wow, you're
bye.
making moves.
Yeah, so she's doing the drive shaft right now. And it's Crossmember. And then the motor mounts are already undone.
They just have the bolts in them just for now.
Wow, so you're like
It's pretty
close.
Yeah, it's pretty much ready. It's just the underside stuff.
Yeah, get that engine hoist in here.
Yeah, we gotta fish it out of my truck and fish it out the driveway.
We might, Dennis, we might have you guys swap carbs so he can pack your truck.
Yeah, I didn't want to smash up your nice car.
Hey,
Even if
Lee,
you had a shitty car, I wouldn't want to smash it.
how can we turn the drive shaft so I can, because it's like perfectly like straight up and down, so I can't really like get the wrench on the top. Can we?
Now, dude.
Better?
No, I can only wiggle it like a half inch each way.
Even not in gear?
Yeah.
Park, I mean?
Well, the wheels are still on the dolly.
Yeah.
Man, I love this car.
Oh, yeah, you haven't seen it
It's kind
yet.
of a pile right now.
No way, this is awesome.
It's kind of
We're
disheveled.
slowly making it blue. So
Yeah.
it used to be this color and it's turning this color.
It was blue?
Yeah,
And then
Well,
it went
when I bought
red.
it was red.
it was originally blue and then I think it got repainted blue.
Yeah.
There's blue, then then
there.
primer, then blue, then red.
Yeah. Do you want the blue? Are you gonna paint the car?
Yeah. Well,
Go ahead, Lee.
the idea is to sand it down to blue and then buff it and leave it.
Oh, yeah.
Not paint anything.
Is the cowl round out?
It was.
It was.
It is now fixed.
Is it fixed? Like actually fixed, or this is the fix?
No, there's a lot of metal work we did.
Oh, so it's actually fixed.
It's actually fixed.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's hard
Marissa,
to do. How did you do
tell
that?
him. You tell him what you did. This is
So-
your car.
I should have just pulled the top half of the cowl, but I didn't want to because I thought that was going to be over my head. So instead I made the job actually over my head. Can you give me a longer wrench, Lee? Or like a helper wrench? So I kept the top panel on the cowl and I went in
From the bottom?
from the bottom.
It's like doing demo work from behind.
Yeah, it was
terrible.
horrible.
That's horrible.
Terrible.
That's really hard.
But I got it, and it's not perfect.
How bad was it?
Honestly, I didn't have to do the passenger side, like I was shocked.
Yeah.
But the driver's side was pretty messed up.
I only bought my Mustang because that was in good shape. Like
Hey,
on
Lee.
the Fox body.
But
Can you get me just a different setup? Because of the trans tunnel, I can't get like a.
can you get a ratchet in there?
I could get a ratchet in there, yeah. So if you could give me a ratchet, like a long ratchet,
A long bar?
yeah.
Is that working?
No,
Do you want me to get under there?
I just can't tell if I'm like spinning on grease or if it's just not seating right because of the socket.
It's half inch, right?
Yeah. Oh, I think because there's a little sleeve at the top, I need something like more shallow than this.
Well, that's
I would concur about that. I
Oh,
used to
there
have
it
2 or
is.
3 of them, and now I have one.
I think when I got that motor from you, it had
Lee, get me a 9/16.
It's got the green paint slider.
it's probably my yours.
Might be yours.
I don't
Yep.
care.
That was from a lime green small block.
What'd you do with that ratchet
Well,
I gave you?
that's all.
I don't know.
Nice.
I do that. Well,
When this is all said and done, if you need
We're gonna use their tools. Oh, that's it.
So we got the drive shaft out. Now we're doing the transmission cross member.
I mean, it's right up your alley.
Yeah. It really is.
Either Grand Feet Ranch?
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Guys, there's donuts.
There's donuts, and we can make coffee too if you want.
I have coffee, but I probably will indulge in more coffee.
Fancy.
Lee, can you get me a socket 9/16?
Yeah.
This is Piper. Hi, Piper. That's all right.
She's here for moral support.
Right, moral support is always needed.
She'll probably have reached back somewhere and was that.
What'd you want?
9/16 socket.
Deep or short?
Short would work.
You want an extension?
Yeah, maybe just in case.
I don't know. I guess it is. They drove the car in here.
Here you go.
Thanks. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with this motor. It's just anemic, and I hate the automatic, and that's it.
Is this a Mustang motor or is it just a motor?
I have no idea. It's a 302. It's got all of that smog stuff on it.
You know, if it's like, yeah, I mean, based on the water, Pepper. I'd say like
And the big vacuum manifold sticking.
Oh, yeah,
This
yeah.
was the 2-barrel it had all this emission.
Oh,
That carb will need a rebuild, for sure.
575 was close. 75.
75 is probably like the one
Yes, it'll still do burners though.
That means it's good. It doesn't have enough power to hurts.
Yeah, well, yeah, it'll last
The
forever.
motor that's in that truck is like a 70s frame.
Oopsies.
So,
Do you have plans for this, or are you just taking it to run out? You're gonna need
if
it.
I'm gonna blow something out eventually, I'm gonna need it.
Did you ever go? That like,
We should probably pull the trans
I
pan
keep
too and
thinking
drain
about
it.
it every time you
You think so?
Yeah, because it's
Falcon, I wanna
tail
keep
shaft.
talking.
Do you want to do that then?
Yeah.
Should we leave the bolt in then and then just take the nut out just so it doesn't sag?
That Mustang is a solid cow, right? Wasn't that like the
No.
reason you bought that?
I've just been selling
What's that?
I was like kind of some people I really didn't know.
Will this drop when we take this out?
I assume so because I'm disconnecting it from the body, which is why I'm saying just take the nut off and don't take the bolts out yet.
It had rear frame rails were pretty bad. Quarter windows always.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
So like the floor under those windows at the back of the rocker is all rotted out too. The water.
Alright, you want to do the other side or you want to do the pan first?
I would do the pan.
That's probably going to be half inch.
Half back here.
Yeah,
You
check
rot out
it
the rockers,
with
so
that.
the
I
rockers
think
were
it's
rotted
half
too.
inch,
But whatever.
but yeah.
It was the cheapest aspect probably on the East Coast. Could've
Maybe
been
try to
cheapest
get
one in
the
country.
electric Milwaukee
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
just so we could speed this up.
The Mustang guy.
Have you ever done a trans pan before?
No.
A couple weeks ago.
So what you do to let this not piss everywhere all crazy is you loosen them all on one side and then leave two tight so it'll do this.
Yeah.
Dash is all kind of done.
So
The back seats
wanna do this?
and like
Sure.
fiberglass panels.
you learn, you can.
This floor is freezing.
Where anything goes.
Wanna use the carpet?
No. I just want to get this done. I feel bad. The guys are just waiting.
And we ran into a guy that had those
Type of ignition thing, I think.
Can someone get me a flathead?
Look at this, October 22nd, 1976. 8 cylinders.
Yep.
I don't have a damn clue what this is.
That was behind the gauge cluster. And I think it was some way connected with this,
What does
maybe?
it say? Just as a date, 8 cylinders.
Ooh, it's raining now.
Did the truck have a tack?
Oh,
What happened?
just splattered everywhere. I got it on my temple. I feel like I'm
Oh, you did.
dying.
You didn't hear? Oh, this guy might be gross. but-
Yeah, whatever. At this point.
What was, what?
It was just like stuck on there and I went to pry
Oh,
down.
You didn't leave two of them in there?
I felt the front and I was just like, there's no way, there's only two on the corners of the front. I was like, this can't be right. So
Well-
I went to pry and those were the only ones.
You can't do a project like this without making a mess.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really not bad, honestly.
It's really not bad.
We were pulling the pan.
I
so, like,
spilled gallons in one shot. So
Gallons.
This is really, that's not bad.
I had a whole day of my garage coated in trade
Nice.
glue one time.
It's not a
I had
triple
something
homicide.
And I couldn't.
That's good.
Oh,
And
I have no idea what this looks like right now, but
but.
did I get it off?
Yeah, you're fine. There's like nothing on it.
I definitely feel it in my hair,
Probably.
but I knew that that was gonna happen.
8 foot
I don't know
round.
why you didn't leave the bolts in there like I told you.
I felt the front and I was just like, there's no way that there's only two bolts on the front. How could that be? And it wasn't like sagging at all. And like I checked it with the flathead and I was like, why is this not going anywhere? And then it just unsealed. Like once I got a little bit of air in it, I just broke the seal. Poof.
Or the ones.
Okay, Lee, you want to help with the transmission crossmember?
Yeah. Which side you want me on?
We gotta do the
you're
side.
Still missing a bolt.
Lee, just.
He needs all the trans
Yeah,
bolts. Don't
I bought a steering
not
column
pull them.
You do that side then. I'm not changing sides a million times.
because I expected to.
Your what?
I'm not changing sides a million times.
Okay. But I also don't know what else entails, like Driveshaft.
Yeah.
Well, it's really just that.
Oh, that's why I'm so cold. I've been laying on ice.
Yeah.
For the throttle valve.
Alright, what do you need now?
The transmission cross member.
Yeah, what do you need?
I need you to unbolt it like you did the other side.
Do you need me to come on your side? Or?
Yeah. How else are you gonna get to it?
So there's no vacuum copy.
Do you want to get the engine hoist set up?
Yeah, we can do that. We gotta go get it out of my truck.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta swap.
Yeah, maybe swap cars would be.
Get a bit of production.
Yeah.
I got stuff
Alright, ready?
in my
Yeah.
truck.
I'm ready.
I had it to
Yeah, there we go.
That took me an extra hour.
Ooh.
You got snow last night?
We got, I don't know when it came.
Here, move the
but we got
GoPro.
3 inches of snow. Wow. And everything else was too.
I don't know.
I mean, because when you go to pull it, it's got nowhere to go because of that. Unless this will just drop down with the transmission cross member.
I don't know.
Someone also has to undo the shifter in the car. Piper? Piper?
For, 3/8 bolts.
Yeah. 5/16 volts.
Yeah. Well, I mean like an engine stand.
Oh,
That's
true. Yeah.
Even that, like, blew my mind.
What's going on, Mike?
Yeah. Chevy said 3/8.
Out of
Ford said
shifters on
7/16, but.
Oh, shifter's unhooked?
Yeah.
So we can just leave that in the car for now?
Yeah, I can just hang on.
That's good.
The e-brake. I don't really know what to do with it.
You need me to get pliers.
He was nice. Of course, it's the coldest day in human history.
Of course.
Yeah.
Marissa, can you get the fork jack and put it in from the passenger side?
Oh, I brought some jack
Yeah.
stands too. You said you needed jack stands?
I don't know yet. I saw online that people said if you want to take the transmission and engine out of one of these things, you might need to take the wheels off and like almost bottom out the front of the car.
I had to do that with my buddy's car.
Yeah, so
Let all the air out of the tires.
I don't know what to expect.
Why do you have to drop it necessarily?
I don't
Change
know.
the angle of the opening.
Yeah, I remember doing this exact job with my buddy's 64, 65 early Mustang.
Where do you want it?
And we had the same exact trouble. In fact, it's probably a good thing I brought that load leveler. Because I remember the thing was like, the angle, the hoist, and the bottom of the trans were just, it just wasn't happening. We let all the air out of his front tires, and then that's what did it. So,
We gotta.
That makes sense.
We do that here
The
too.
bolts?
That needs to happen.
Do we need a hammer just to pop them out, or?
I'm sure it helps to have a few people too who can pick up the back of the trans while you're
Oh,
bringing
I've
it
done
over.
this so many times by myself. It's
What
so
size
much
do you
better
think
with other
is
people.
Yeah.
It's bigger than that, and we probably get
5/8.
What are you working on? I probably can tell you what size it is. Just
cross member, transmission,
11/16.
11/16.
and a Ford guy.
Yeah, right?
Big Ford guy.
Many.
Alright, I found one.
And all the cars are kind of exactly the same.
Yep.
There we go.
Alright.
Oh man, this is my kind of motor. There's random spark plugs in it.
I saw that.
There's like one AC Delco and 3
Can you get the breaker bar out of
Champions
the
and
second
we're
one
on
on
the
the bottom?
side. Oh, these are all the same.
Maybe up on the jack.
Oh, on the jack,
I'm
yeah.
gonna take this thing off too. I like these chrome
You ready,
belt
Lee?
covers. I actually usually
Yeah.
hate them. These ones kind of work.
Come on, there, stop it.
Yep. Again?
No,
Okay.
you could leave it there.
Alright.
Crossmember out.
Ooh, exciting.
Is it just dangling now? Should we
We have
hook this thing up?
the bolts and the motor mounts keeping it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, we're pretty much ready at this point.
Alright,
Alright, shifter's undone,
we're gonna take this thing off.
speedometer's out. It's split.
7/16.
7/16.
These
Yeah.
are half.
No, for the throttle cable.
For this little guy.
Is there
Yeah,
I don't think you
7/16
even
out
need
there?
to do that.
There's
You
one
just
right
take
here.
these.
There you go.
Are you going to reuse this?
Alright.
I have no idea.
I would. Does it work?
Yes.
This is way better than the mechanical linkages that are
It
always
looks-
bad.
It
Yeah,
looks a
I'll keep
little
it.
long.
I would use this.
There's a
Yeah.
hell of a loop on that.
Yeah,
I mean, if it works,
it is
it
a little
works,
long.
but it'll
It's
probably
because it's
bind
from
up
a
eventually.
75 whatever, wherever this one
Yeah.
came from.
There was the hood hinge assembly on this car had like a metal wire you had to like pull from under the valence to open the hood. So I'm pretty sure this had like, I don't know, like some like random like mercury like hood ash assembly because it was horrible.
That might be where this motor came from.
Yeah.
75, maybe it came out of a Granada.
Huh.
That's what I'm just gonna
Just like pizza.
say.
Yeah, my dad had a Granada. That would be so
Granada's a
funny.
great
What
caliber
is that?
Granada.
251.
Ben, is that original chalk mark on the inside of the radiator support, or is that like junkyard?
Usually.
Okay,
junkyard,
see
but
that?
I don't. Oh, that's probably junkyard stuff. I don't know what it. Well, this wasn't in a
WOK.
junkyard, was it?
I don't know. I don't know if this was bought out of a junkyard or if this guy bought this thing for like nothing and it just got junkyard parts.
Okay. I mean, I guess that could be a.
Could be factory.
Could be.
Could
There
be.
was overspray all
It's a-
over the front,
It's
so
a
I
paint
lost all
pen.
of
It's
that.
not chalk. It's a paint pen.
Where are you seeing this?
So
Right under
Probably
there.
not.
Oh,
you can save it with this.
Yeah, it makes the car worth a lot
it's
more.
probably
Yeah.
your buddy. What's his name?
Wilbur. Oh, WK.
Wilbur Clunk or Klink.
Klink.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, it's him.
Wilbur. See
Is
what I
his-
mean?
Is his
There you
middle name
go.
Oscar?
I don't know.
Well,
But does
isn't
that
that
does that look
WOK?
like yellow?
Okay.
Yellow paint pen?
Yeah, that's what he wrote
that's
everything
Wilbur.
out.
That's
him.
it.
So Wilbur.
Wilbur
whatever.
put a
another
radiator in
Easter
it.
egg.
I wonder if he put this. Oh, you think it's for the radiator or for this?
I
Is
don't
this
know.
changed?
I don't think that
so.
was changed, no.
No.
All the spot oils did way too good.
Probably put it under the radiator so nobody would see it.
Yeah.
Why? What a weird
If the
dude.
thing ever got stolen, he could prove it was his car.
Oh
In-
yeah, that's true.
In
That's
his
good radio. Cars got
obituary,
stolen all the time
he
back
was
then.
like a big like V8 Ford guy up until his death. So this guy was like all.
Did he run like a club or some
Did he
shit?
put
was a
this
part of a
motor
club.
in the car?
I don't know if he did because I haven't seen any of his Easter eggs on the block. There's nothing. Right, that's the only thing that might indicate
I
who
bet
did the
if you-
radiator and engine.
Behind the, like on the flex plate or some shit. If he put it in there, I bet he wrote a
Yeah,
note.
Ben,
on the
if you
flex
ever
plate.
disassemble this, look for Easter eggs like
I
that
will.
and let me know.
Or,
'Cause I'd love to know.
yeah, exactly. I bet he wrote it on the flex plate. 'Cause
Yeah.
That was like one of the only things that was exposed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This doesn't look like it's really been parked too much. This is like 75-ish original, so
Yeah.
it's a water pump too.
Yeah, and that water pump is still good. Like I checked for play in it, it's super smooth.
The cast ones seem to hold up.
Yeah.
Although that said, my truck has a cast one and it's so.
Yeah.
The one you drove here?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
I mean, it's drivable, but it needs to be finished.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Is everything disconnected?
Yeah.
Just motor mount bolts, keeping it in. Transmission and everything else is loose
There's
down
a
there?
jack under the transmission right now holding it up, but
Okay.
So
Yeah,
set
I
up
say
the
we
hoist
just.
you just have to slide the bolts out of the motor mounts and
Oh yeah, that's.
it should be it.
Is this ready?
We're ready.
Bolts, crossmember.
Motor mount bolts.
You got a jack under the back of the
took it out.
trans.
That side. Yeah, this side I can't get out because the starter's there, but I
Okay.
think it's out enough that it's clearing it now, so.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Oh.
The starter probably was off, but I don't know. I think it's out enough that it's
Alright, we'll see what it does then.
yeah.
So we lowered the jack under the transmission.
We need to do that eventually, but for now, I think this will tell us what it's gonna do.
Pull the whole power up.
Yeah.
That's why we still.
It just lifted.
Yeah, I saw it move.
I mean, the car's gonna come up a little.
With the suspension, yeah.
Right.
Keep going. There we go.
That's
it's
one
hot.
side. That bolt's still. Alright, I didn't come back down. Got your game clear. Oh, do you have another drain fan? Because that
Oh, here we
would be
go.
300 gallons of water in there. Yeah, see. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, Lee would know. We have
Water in that.
Yeah.
And even if you let it drain for 4 days, it's never.
You could always pull the plugs out the side of the block.
This pan.
That probably be enough. I mean, we've already been investing in this anyways.
Yeah, we've officially christened the brand new concrete floor.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is a great
Still
floor.
pretty.
It's already got. Let's put that antifreeze like up so it doesn't go
Sorry.
Ready?
Yeah.
That bolt came out.
Yeah, I got it out.
Yeah, there we go.
Alright, you're all-
Watch the heater hose ports there
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
one of them is
jiggling.
And yeah, the transmission's super cool.
high enough up that I can go forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're off the back.
Ooh.
Thanks. There's a.
Did I disconnect
Oh,
the harness?
oh no, that's not the transmission.
Yeah, it's an actual safety switch. Yeah, it is.
Oh, is it?
It's good enough.
Are we going to? Probably gonna have to swing this over a fender somewhere. We might have to take this pulley out.
I could pull on the transmission out.
Yeah. We're up there. It's the Wilbur Klink Crossmember.
Wilbur Clunk,
Or what's his name?
Klink,
Klink.
Clank.
Whatever.
How's it kind of get named Wilbur?
Wilbur Klink. This pan is probably the original.
Ooh.
Is there? How is this? You guys did your due diligence. I usually have the ground wire that I don't know about until it's like in this position here.
I don't think there are ground wires on the block.
No, there is. The battery.
Usually there's one from the back of the head to the firewall.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
Yeah.
We can pull this back a little bit so we're not dragging on the firewall too.
Yeah, push it down a little bit.
There's something.
I mean, you keep going up and
Oh,
pull
yeah.
forward. I think.
Yeah, I see that they're yellow and I'm wondering why.
Wilbur.
Is that factory?
Wilbur.
Wilbur strikes again. What's yellow?
On the motor
On
mounts.
the motor mounts.
On the camo.
But it looks like just splotched.
Woo!
Woo!
You guys did all the work, no?
Yeah, I
Didn't do anything.
I knew you started on it, so I was expecting a little more.
Well, without the hoist, we wouldn't have been
It
able
went
to do it.
quick. I mean, we'll be put like an hour into this. It's like
Yeah,
I'm
it
doing
is.
little piddly shit. There's nothing really cool.
You know, it's anyone who doesn't know this stuff is like.
Honestly,
60s is like full household.
the most time that it took was figuring out like what took a socket, what took a shallow
Yeah.
socket.
And I've done enough of that that I just look at it and go,
Yeah.
I'd say the underside took the longest time.
Well, yeah, because you have to crawl under the car, check if your wrench fits, and then if it doesn't fall back out, go to the toolbox. Like,
It's a lot easier when you're pulling them together. So you
Yeah.
take the flex plate apart. Yeah. You know how to start.